What's going on, YouTube? Um, Today's video might be a little different than the rest of the ones I did. I mean, it's different in the sense of like what I'm gonna talk about, because this one is gonna be more kind of, I don't want to say personal, but just more like about me, right? So what I really wanted to say was that, starting off, I want to say I've always really been a person who has just taken the back seat, not necessarily to life, but I don't really get too much involved in I just don't really get too much involved in other people's life. I don't get involved too much in the physical world, this reality in general. And that sounds crazy because every day you have to, you know, wake up and you're thrown back into this physical world every day after you know, wake up. But it's crazy because that just, throws me into what I really wanted to get into, which is presence. And I feel like, in a way, my lack of involvement in the physical world hasn't, uh, in a sense, it has affected my presence in both a good way and a bad way. It's been detrimental in a sense because in the past I've been someone who has gotten caught up in their head, overthinks, doubts. And I know there's a lot of people who go through those things. And I'm not really talking about that topic right now, and I don't really want to get into that too much. But I do want to say, like, if you are someone who deals with overthinking a lot and doubt and just a clouded mind, I really just want you to understand that overthinking and doubt are just symptoms of you going in the right direction. Your old self, old frequency, whatever old habits, whenever you make an attempt to do something that is outside of that traditional course of action that you usually take, your old self retaliates by causing you to overthink, by causing you to doubt, sometimes self-sabotage, you feel me? And it takes a certain level of awareness to realize this, for one, and two, overcome it. But it takes presence to recognize it in the moment and not react based off of, that overthinking and that doubt, which I feel we've all, succumb to at some point in time in our lives. But it truly takes presence to overcome that in the moment. And what I mean by that is, when you experience those moments of self-doubt, of overthinking, you just have to take a second and say that, not only, first off, figure out what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is you're trying to get done, what aligns with you. But also take a moment to say, I'm proud of myself, because this is proof that I'm doing something out of the ordinary for me. I'm doing something different for me. Feel me? And as someone who has never really had no attachment to the physical world, and having to kind of teach myself a lot of things regarding just life and the society we live in, it's been in the best way possible, an uncomfortable journey. And I say in the best way possible because when you're uncomfortable, that's when you're growing. when you're putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, that's when you're those are the best positions to be in. That's when you grow. That's where growth comes from. You feel me? Those moments where you're not sure, but you still do it anyway because you feel like it's best for you. You feel like you can grow in that environment. You feel like the benefits, the pros outweigh the cons. You feel me? And pretty much what I'm getting at is the fact that I feel like in today's world, we all kind of lack presence in a sense, to the point where like the veil has become so thin that things are just being thrown in our face, and a lot of people aren't even present enough to take it for what it is. You feel me? They might notice how like we're not even gonna really get into detail for real, but just take everything that's going on in the world, anything that you can think of probably, and just think about the blatant, disrespect, the blatant revealing of the hidden truths, the esoteric things that they put in our faces on a daily basis, and how like nobody reacts, nobody really says anything, nobody it seems like nobody gives a fuck almost. You feel me? And it's crazy because it's like the only thing people seem to care about now in today's time is just like money and being sustained. And there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously you should want the best for yourself, but it's like we become so caught up in trying to succeed by taking a path that we are being told that we should take to success, when in reality my route to success, your route to success, your friend's route to success, anybody you can think of near you, around you, close to you, whatever the case may be, they all have different routes to becoming the highest version of themselves. And I say success loosely because truly and honestly, success is like defined by the individual. You feel me? Whatever is true to you, like whatever you believe to be true is gonna be true for you. Like that's just how the universe works. That's why like when you meet people who have cognitive dissonance, meaning like they understand, or I wouldn't even say they understand, like they choose not to understand what you're saying because of their own beliefs, basically. And that's proof of what I just said, of being like whatever you think or believe to be true is just gonna be true for your reality. It's gonna be true for your life. It's just gonna be that. You feel me? So that being said, I feel like when it comes to me and the things I believe to be true, there's a lot less individuals and there's a lot less just people in general who believe the things I believe to be true as well. And when you live in a world where everyone around you sees sees the world differently than you, it becomes it can become like heavy, especially if you're someone who like me, who, like I said, I don't really identify too much with the 3D world. So that means obviously if I don't identify with the 3D too much, then my internal world is where I solve a lot of problems, where I make a lot of growth. It's where I do a lot of just living or understanding life in general. So since that's where someone who doesn't have that same knowledge of self or the ability to even look inside themselves and just see the world from the soul's perspective rather than the perspective of the vessel will never really be able to get you. They'll never be able to understand you unless they make that effort themselves. And so this is to me, but it's to you also. You feel me? Because I've lived with that for a time now, and I've been able to kind of make an effort to overcome that. And I just want to say that, like, it's important to be present. It's important to slow down. It's important to take a deep breath and say, all right, what do I want? What am I trying to achieve? Does what they're saying align with me, or is it just the things and slash nonsense that the world has been trying to force feed me my entire life, you know? And it's just crazy for real, because it seems like, to me at least, the answer to a lot of the problems that we face are a lot more simple than we realize. Or when we're told the answer to some of the things that we face and it seems too simple, we just look at it as nonsense or like, just bullshit. You kind of just shrug it off like, okay, like, yeah, that sounds good. Like, that sounds like something that we can achieve, but is that really going to do anything? But in reality, bro, who the fuck is at the door? Hold on. Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying. The simplest things, and I'm really gonna take that doorbell as a sign of just confirmation of what the hell I was just saying. But anyways, usually the simplest things are the hardest to achieve. Like what I'm saying with being present and using presence to better navigate in the moment rather than doing something, reacting to a situation in the moment, and then later taking the time to calm down and regulate it, and then saying, damn, I should have did something different. I should have did this. I should have did that. Damn, if I was thinking for real clearly, if I wasn't caught up in my emotions, I could have handled the situation better. Bro, it's just something that we all gotta do. And if we, like, I feel like people sometimes don't realize how one person's initiative to grow can just benefit everybody else. Like if there's billions of people on earth, right? If every day one person makes the effort to change, to align more with their true essence, I wouldn't even say in the world for real. Let me scratch that, because I feel like a lot of stuff that hinders us is just it's just things that happen in our country. And when I say our country, I do mean America. You feel me? Like, a lot of things that we go through, I feel like, I'm not gonna say it can be traced back. Like, bro, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, because that topic goes into something completely different. You feel me? And I could get into that, but I feel like right now is not the time. Like, I want to be real in depth if I want to talk about, the things that are detrimental to society as a whole, that stem from America itself that stem from like systematic oppression, racism, just that, all of that, the dark spots, you feel me? The abyss. But I'm not gonna really get into that right now. So back to what I was saying about presence. Don't let anyone tell you that you're wrong for how you navigate your life. Don't let anyone make you feel like you can't get to where you want to be by going about it how you're going about it. Don't let anyone steer you off your course, because the route you take is going to be different from the route they take. Some people in this lifetime, as you experience life as you are right now, some of the people you meet will never come to achieve the level of awareness that you have, or come close to, you know, being in tune with their true essence as you may have. You feel me? And that's okay. That's just keeping the balance. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. But don't let someone who you don't look at and be like, damn, you know, I wish I could navigate life to the extent that they have, or experience life to the extent that they have. If you look at someone and you don't like who they are, don't let them tell you how to live your life. You feel me? Don't let them tell you how to live your life. Don't let them influence your life decisions. Now, I understand, and I've gotten into this discussion with people before about like experience. And my thing is, yes, you should always have an open mind. Always. And be open to accepting, you know, tidbits and just wisdom from just people in general. But don't let age equal wisdom, because it doesn't always. And I feel like a lot of times, especially in the Black community, we are taught like this like respect your elders is a good thing to teach kids and children and shit as they're growing up. But it gets to a point where you have to realize their age doesn't equal knowledge. It doesn't equal wisdom. It doesn't mean that what they say is always true. Because like I said earlier, what's true to you is going to shape your reality. It doesn't matter what's true to them. They aren't experiencing life as you, in that vessel that you're in the vessel that I'm in. Feel me? So what they say is not going to change your reality. It's only going to shape theirs. So what I would say is always be open. Always have an open mind, open heart, open ears. You feel me? Just be open to growing always. But your path isn't the same as everyone else's, and never forget that. Don't, bro. It's just so much to say. Like, stay present. The world needs more people who are willing to go against the grain, break rules. Because right now, I feel like there's a lack of that, because everyone's so distracted. Everywhere you look, there's distractions. Everywhere you turn, there's something to consume. There's something taking your attention from, you know, what you truly could be doing, or, you know, putting your own energy back into yourself, awakening yourself, growing, evolving, pouring into your own being in general. You know how many people you probably know that have like goals that they probably never achieve, they'll probably never even make an effort to get into, because they never take the time to be present enough to say, damn, I got free time, let me do this. Instead, they just consume or do all this other nonsense that really doesn't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, when we all leave this earth, the money that they made, they can't take it with them. All they're going to do is die and not know that you're not even supposed to really go into the light when you die, and then reincarnate and be mad that they have to do all this shit all over again. And they're going to continue to do that until they finally realize. And probably by that point, they won't even have the soul memory or like access to their Akashic records to, you know, say, damn, 2 lifetimes ago when I was, you know, cool with such and such, they try to tell me this. They won't even have that ability because they're not taking that time right now. The things that you think are most important in life right now, I promise you, probably don't even mean shit. Serious, and on a serious note, like, I'm just keeping it a stack. Like, it probably it won't have no effect on the things that we really feel like. There's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to accomplish what you want to accomplish. There's so many people listening to hear you, willing to hear you out. There's so many people, like, bro, there's someone looking to love you. There's someone who's going to cherish you. Anything that you can think of, bro, it can be accomplished. You can align with it. You can manifest it in your life. And, bro, bro, there's so much. I want to post more on YouTube. I know I'd be like here 1 second and gone the next, and I apologize. I'm gonna make an effort to be more consistent, because I often have a lot of things that I want to talk about, and even if the videos don't be getting like thousands of views or like whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter, because in a sense, the YouTube is really for me. Like, certain things I come on here and say are really for me. I just say it out loud and record it because I know there's someone out there who's going through the same thing. I know there's someone out there who's questioning what's real and what's fake, what's the truth. You feel me? And I want to be someone who made an effort to help someone else see the truth, at least in themselves. Because once you find it in yourself, you're going to start to see it in reality regardless. And that's really, that's all I wanted to say, man. I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope y'all continue to have great days. Enjoy life. Experience life. Don't rush. Take your time. Slow down. Be present in life, because you won't be however old you are for long. Those times the good times that you find yourself in, they'll be going like that. And you'll be like, damn, I wish I could do that again. I wish I could be in this moment again. I wish I could experience that again. When in reality, all you got to do is be present in it. And in a sense, you can live in that moment forever. But yeah, That's all I really wanted to say. Peace. Stay prayed up. Stay grateful. Spread your wings, you'll fly. Everything you need is already within you. Nothing outside of you can help you achieve what you want to achieve for real. You gotta find it inside you, bro. It might take longer, but who cares? You only get one life as who you are right now anyway, so might as well take your time with that shit. Do it to the fullest. Yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I don't know why my hair is standing up like that. I love you all. Peace out.